that maybe it's the way that we articulate what it is that we want him to do, and we set out a game plan is as good as it gets when it comes to executing.
Not like the way they mention like Fury or they mention Wilder. Not in that same breath, but I'm not silly either. I know the game. We're all in the wild, innit? We're a pack of lions and we're hunters, so I've got to keep my eyes peeled. I can't just focus on those two, not worry about anyone else.
Paul's had a lot of accusations over the years. For a guy who's had no amateur fights, what's he had, about 10 or 12 fights? I'm not sure what he's had. And, you know, you look at the opposition he's had and people saying, when's he going to fight somebody? He stepped up. He's stepping up to a two-time world champion, a genuine heavyweight, a proper heavyweight champion, and an active fighter.
Anthony Joshua's coach fires back at Jake Paul. During a press conference with a message that leaves no room for doubt, AJ is locked in, razor-focused, and fully weaponized. Every step is intentional, every punch rehearsed 1,000 times. Jake Paul isn't just fighting a boxer, he's walking straight into a world-class storm. And this isn't entertainment. This is a lesson in what real elite-level boxing truly looks like.
The groundwork is just a case of going through that with AJ, and like I said, I know when it comes time to execute, there's no one.
Ben Davison holds nothing back. Jake Paul may be a flashy YouTuber with confidence, but he's stepping into a professional war zone. This isn't a playground, it's a battlefield where mistakes cost careers. Davison says Paul's dangerous persona will crumble the moment he feels Ajay's power and experience. Every second in that ring becomes a lesson, and it's a lesson Paul is nowhere near ready to absorb.
They're dangerous in the sense of for the health of Jake, would you say? Yeah.
Yeah, this is a sport that we love, and I think we need to protect that. And you know, he's one of the most dangerous guys in the world to go step in a ring with. Like, you saw that with Ngannou, who was a seasoned, you know, one of the most durable men on the planet in one of the toughest sports in combat sports in the UFC.
3 Spencer Oliver is brutally honest. Jake Paul is miles out of his depth. Fighting Ajay isn't a challenge, it's a massive mismatch. Paul went from white-collar scraps to calling out a heavyweight monster, but the only real test he faced ended in defeat. This fight is a masterclass waiting to expose every hole, every weakness, and every illusion Paul has built around his boxing skills.
Jake Paul, that's all I can say. We saw what Anthony Joshua had done to Francis Ngannou. He went out there and iced him in a couple of rounds. A guy coming from a different discipline. Well, this kid's coming from another level. You know, white-collar boxing in 2018, gone through the mill, and the only boxer really that he's actually boxed, a legitimate boxer he got beat by, and that was in Tommy Fury. Now
for Carl Froch goes straight for the throat. Jake Paul's entire career has been hype and circus theatrics. He paraded around with a fake Tyson exhibition, but now he's stepping into the real heavyweight world of Anthony Joshua. No ranking, no experience, no genuine elite skill, just a loud social media ego heading straight toward destruction. Froch says this isn't a fight, it's an unavoidable demolition.
Joshua said, Jake or anyone can get this work, no mercy. I took some time out. I'm coming back with the mega show. It's a big opportunity for me, whether you like it or not. I'm here to do massive numbers, have big fights, and break every record whilst keeping cool, calm, and collected. So chill in it. I mean, come on, he's jumping in with fake Paul, who has no experience and no fights and no world ranking at heavyweight. Easy work, easy.
Duke McKenzie drops a shocker. AJ training with Usyk's camp is sending ripples through the boxing world. Jake Paul, who struts online pretending to be a heavyweight, is now staring at a version of Joshua sharpened by one of the most elite setups in the sport. This isn't hype, it's the warning of a public humiliation approaching fast.
With Usyk camp now?
Yeah, he's training with the Usyk camp.
If he's training with Usyk camp and there's a marked improvement on his performance, he could quite easily clean up again.
Listen,
Eric Chisora doesn't sugarcoat anything. Jake Paul is not just outmatched, he's gambling with his credibility. AJ's ability to break opponents down quickly is well known. This isn't some influencer showdown, it's a countdown to a reputation-shattering moment that Paul might not recover from.
So I told Anthony, I already messaged Anthony, I said, listen, I tell you what, I said to AJ, if this goes past 5 rounds, everybody's gonna be having a go at you because you can't go past 5 rounds with this kid. It has to go past 1 round or 2 rounds. Past beyond 4 or 5 rounds, you know, people are going to be doubting you as a fighter himself. So he has to smoke him out like what he did Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia.
Johnny Nelson keeps it blunt. It's madness. Jake Paul, a domestic-level fighter at best, is being thrown at a two-time heavyweight champion. The mismatch is almost comedic. Fans won't be watching a contest. They'll be watching a social media star get dragged into the harsh, unforgiving world of professional boxing.
For Jake Paul, absolutely crazy. Jake Paul is a domestic level professional fighter here in the UK. Would he win a British title? No, I don't think so. So now they're putting this domestic level fighter in with a former heavyweight two-time champion of the world. The weight is 245. So I think the last time Anthony Joshua weighed around that was when he boxed.
Tony Jeffries brings the hype back down to earth. Sure, anything can happen, but let's be real. Jake Paul's knockout clips may go viral online, but AJ is a disciplined, powerful, and experienced heavyweight who dismantles high-level fighters. This isn't some friendly exhibition. It's a systematic breakdown waiting to unfold.
By knockout, you would think I'm absolutely crazy, right? But the thing is, it can happen. 10-ounce gloves, heavyweight, Jake Paul can punch hard. But do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not, mate. Anthony Joshua is an absolute beast, an unbelievable, highly skilled, highly trained, highly experienced professional boxer with power in both hands, and he's really good at finishing people.
Benavidez keeps it simple and sharp. Anthony Joshua is a multiple-time world champion and an Olympic gold medalist for a reason. Jake Paul, with all his online hype, is stepping into a realm he has absolutely no business in. The last unprepared fighter who stepped to a J got destroyed, and Paul is headed for the same fate. This isn't about size or power alone. It's about composure, IQ, precision. AJ has faced killers. Paul has faced headlines. And the difference will be exposed immediately.
It was Anthony Joshua. You know, he's multiple-time champion, Olympic gold medalist. You know what I mean? The last time somebody stepped in the ring with him that didn't have that much boxing experience was Ngannou, and you've seen what happened to him. Yeah.
Carl Froch doubles down. This fight isn't a long contest. It's a one-round demonstration. Even a past-prime Joshua is miles above Jake Paul. Paul's losses and lack of basic fundamentals make him an open target. Ages, accuracy, timing, and discipline will slice through every gap in Paul's game. Losing to Tommy Fury revealed Paul's limits, and stepping into the ring with an actual heavyweight champion magnifies them. Expect a professional clinic where hype crashes violently into reality.
Job. Because AJ, even though he's past his best, even though he's seen better days, he throws a nice 1-2 down the middle. He's got a nice bit of distance, and fake Paul can't fight. He just can't. I don't care what anybody tells me. He can't fucking fight. He lost to Tommy Fury, for crying out loud.
Mackenzie explains the harsh truth. Jake Paul is tiny compared to an 18-stone. Anthony Joshua, physically, mentally, and professionally. Paul hasn't earned this fight, hasn't faced real heavyweights, and hasn't climbed the ladder. This isn't competition. It's spectacle. Joshua's size, strength, and elite experience create a nightmare scenario Paul can't talk his way out of. Every jab, every combination, every angle AJ throws will expose Paul in front of the entire world.
Anthony Joshua, it's not like he's beaten, 4 or 5, top line heavyweights, other heavyweights. I don't believe he's boxed any heavyweights.
And lays down the most chilling warning yet. Jake Paul is stepping into a ring with a former heavyweight champion who can end a fight with one punch. Hearn's message is a mix of reality check and genuine concern, and Paul should be terrified. AJ is not an influencer. He's an Olympic-level athlete with decades of experience against the best fighters alive. Comparing Paul to even a top 50 cruiserweight is disrespectful to boxing. For Paul, this isn't about winning rounds. This is about survival. Ages, power, patience, and precision will dismantle any fantasy Paul has about belonging at this level. The hype machine keeps spinning. The circus keeps growing. But once the bell rings, Jake Paul faces a nightmare he can't escape. This fight isn't just dangerous. It's a public humiliation waiting to explode.
Well, you ain't in a box, mate. This ain't David Blaine. I said, so just be careful, because AJ will take your head clean off your shoulders, and it's dangerous. Yeah. And you take on that responsibility, and we all have to. So we got to think about that. But this is Anthony fighting a top 50 cruiserweight in the world. It's not something that we would normally do.